Good morning, Saxons. I'm Izzy Lee.
And I'm Dean Gannum.
Welcome back to the Saxon broadcast. Today is March 8th and the first week of the Women's History Month, designated in March by presidential proclamation to honor women's contributions to American history.
It's also National School Social Work Week. Social workers and FCPS help students succeed by working to improve their social, emotional, and behavioral wellness. Thank you to our Langley social worker, Ms. Payne.
Let's now head to Victoria with the sports update.
Welcome to Saxon Sports. I'm Victoria Stark. Let's get into it. Today, the varsity softball team will scrimmage at Centerville High School with the game starting at 6:30 p.m. Also today, the varsity baseball team will travel to Robinson for a scrimmage starting at 5:30 p.m. Next Tuesday, tennis will play Herndon with the girls at home and the boys away, both starting at 4 p.m. Also on Tuesday, soccer will host Falls Church with the girls at 5:45 and the boys at 7:30. And finally, on Tuesday, there will be a track and field meet at Washington and Liberty starting at 5:30. That's all for sports. Now back to Izzy and Dean.
Thanks, Victoria. If you'd like to know more about how our school functions, stay tuned for our third quarter interview with Principal Greer.
Hi, Saxons. Good to be with you again.
So, Principal Greer, as seniors approach graduation, what tips do you have to avoid senioritis, and how can the school help students stay motivated?
What great questions, Izzy. I would start by saying stay engaged. I know as we are moving closer to May, and of course then graduation, it's very easy to start thinking about other things besides school, but we do have on the horizon Langley Leap, and so of course in order to participate in that you must be in good standing.
Thank you. And can you talk us through a day in the life as principal of Langley High School?
I can try. No 2 days are ever the same, and a lot of my days are basically based upon other people's needs. You know, the good thing is I always get to start my day if I'm in the building, of course with the morning announcements, but after that it just varies.
How does Langley's culture compare to other schools?
Langley's culture, you know, in every school you have students that are academically focused. The majority of our students, well over the majority, I think we're 94 to 97% of our students pursuing higher ed post-secondary, which is great. Something that is an ongoing concern for me, other administrators, and our school staff as we again are working to ensure that you guys are having a great high school experience, but we're not putting the academics above recognizing you each as human beings with individual needs. So wanting to make sure that we are honoring each of you and giving you what you need to be successful both academically and emotionally.
What challenges do you still see due to the pandemic, and how has education changed from pre to post pandemic?
I'm going to answer it this way. I'm not sure that it's changed enough. The pandemic forced us to consider education differently. You think about how we were able to incorporate technology and how we were forced to think more globally. So coming out of the pandemic, there was and continues to be opportunities to re-examine and explore how the high school experience for our students could look differently. We're still in a lot of ways doing things the way we did them before the pandemic, and I would love for us to get out of that. So challenges, you know, you keep hearing this term learning loss. I think we have students that did experience challenges, but students are very resilient and our teachers are amazing. I still think we're still seeing some residual when it comes to behavior. You know, when you consider that we had students in some cases that were sitting at home for a year and a half learning virtually. So still helping them recognize and understand what is expected as we're in a high school environment, while they did miss out on, you know, a year and a half of being in a school setting.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with us, and we'll see you next quarter.
Sounds good. Hail Saxons!
Thank you, Principal Greer, for the interview. Now it's time for...
Yesterday's senior birthday was Lauren Rummler.
Happy birthday! Follow us on Instagram at Saxon Broadcast and our TikTok at Saxon_broadcast.
If you would like to submit an announcement to be aired on the Saxon broadcast, use the QR code on the screen to fill out a form.
Now that's all for today.
Have a great day, Saxons.